Hey Doobs, how we doing today? Welcome to the weekly Doobisode where we just chat, talk about some most recent hot takes, catch up, and just all around just want to thank the community always for supporting me. Doob Radical Gaming with your host Doob here. Yeah, we're almost at 300 followers on Facebook, and we've gotten a couple more attractions on YouTube as well, so if you could just please like, share, follow, subscribe. I know you hear that plug all the time, but if you really like your boy Doob here, it really does make a difference. It really helps the channel grow. But yeah, hope you're all having a great day, and we are listening to the Digimon soundtrack here, as it is a really want to play Digimon here soon. But yeah, I want to do the movie of the week. I want to talk about just a quick gaming update. I'm going to be moving soon, so the videos might come out a little slower within the next week or two, but of course I'm always going to be around, always going to share the passion of gaming here, and yeah, it just really means a lot, and I love just keeping up with the gaming news and the realm. So yeah, let's just get right into it here. If you've been watching the weekly Doobisodes, you know that we like to start with a movie of the week, because we got to rest our little gaming hands and just sit down, relax, and watch a great film every once in a while. And yeah, it's kind of been weird with the whole movie realm in general, as there's you know, the movies aren't open, everything's kind of HBO Maxed and live streamed now. And just real quick before we get into it, this episode is brought to you by the Arizona RX Energy. To get us all through our long gaming sessions. It's an herbal tonic. It's not a carbonated soda. It's really good for you. It's got 100% of your daily vitamin C. But yeah, so let's get right into the movie week here. I want to kind of talk about, I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but I do want to talk about something that's caught my interest and something I've always really wanted to talk about live in front of all of you Doob Radical audiences. So yeah, if you can, please make sure the video gets a like, share, sub, whatever you guys want to do. But I'm just really happy that you're here regardless. So hope you're having a great day. So yeah, the movie of the week, let's just get that out of the way. Recently watched this film. This is a film from 2005, and I've always really been a huge fan of comic book, graphic novel adaptations, such as Watchmen I thought was really good, and a couple others that trickle out throughout the years. But yeah, the movie of the week is Sin City. Frank Miller's Sin City had some help and influences by Robert Rodriguez, and of course, the man, the legend, Quentin Tarantino himself. Just such a great all-star cast that really kind of needs the extra little push to make films like these really rise and shine above the rest. And it's just a really well written, if you really like a purposefully cliched written movie with kind of pseudo cheesy lines, but are just so mesmerizing, and you're just really involved in the tale. And I love all the characters. This is a multi-layered, multi-story, multi-character driven production here, so you're not going to be following the same character throughout the whole movie. There's a bunch of little stories a la To Kill a Mockingbird written within this tale here, and I really do like that. I'm a huge fan of the noir series. It's black and white with kind of like a Schindler's List vibe of really expertly crafted use of color to really promote other certain elements of the movie. But yeah, we have Bruce Willis, Clive Owen, what I think is Mickey Rourke's best performance for me anyway, and of course we got, you know, Gilmore Girls, Lorelai, and some other really great femme fatale actresses as well. And yeah, it's been a while. This movie did get a sequel, I believe, with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I'm not really sure. I tried to watch it. I didn't really get into it, but I think the first one is fantastic. It's very gritty, very gory, and it's kind of really shown even more so with its black and white tale that it shows and portrays, and of course it's based in City, but it's Sin City, because there's you'll see why it's Sin City right from the get-go. But yeah, if you're just looking to kind of sit back and really just watch a movie-ass movie, I love to play it that way. And of course it's very well adapted. Frank Miller is even in the movie. He's the one who originally wrote the graphic novel Sin City, and of course he went on to help with 300, the Spartans movie as well. And so yeah, just really good action, really good on-screen play here. You know, not going to be winning any, of course, not any Oscars or Tony Awards or anything like that, but just everything that it does really well. And I just thought it was a great movie since I just recently rewatched this, and of course 15 years later still having a great time with it. So check it out. Sin City, Frank Miller, all the good stuff. But yeah, if you have a cringy stomach, you might have to look away, but just the cliche noir, all the lines are there, and of course just some really gruesome scenery. If you're into that sort of thing, if you're into kind of twisted, like myself, twisted nature, it's all kind of there. But yeah, check it out. So yeah, let's talk about the hot take movie of the week here, Doobs. Sorry, did I say hot take week movie? I didn't mean to say movie. The hot take. So recently, I'm going to be moving, and I just wanted to do this quick Doobisode because this is a gamer's life for me. I've grown up as a gamer ever since I was 7 years old. My parents first got me my PlayStation. Fell in love with gaming day one, right out of the box. Couldn't stop playing. Most amazing thing that ever happened to me. And yes, maybe I was a little sheltered because of that. And kind of interesting how your parents are really what maybe form your hobbies and what you kind of grow up to do in certain ways. So it's really important to try many things. You'll never know what you get attached to. Of course, I want to do swimming and karate and a bunch of other more physically focused hobbies as well later on. But those have kind of long and gone, and I've really just adapted and cannot seem to just let go of video games. And there's always been a huge discussion as if video games, are they worth it? Are you just wasting your life sitting in front of the TV? And it's kind of just like television and watching TV as a whole, except you're actually playing with it. The argument here is you're actually playing it, you're immersed in an experience, much different from watching like a television show or a movie. It's a very, it's an art form. It's just another art form at its heart. And I truly do see the beauty within the video game realm. I mean, it's the highest, money grossing, multi-billion-dollar industries that you can even land a job in and make really good money, and there's that aspect. So yeah, Joe Rogan, let's just get right into it. I had to use this picture from Fear Factor here. I was a huge Fear Factor fan back in the day. Joe Rogan making people do some crazy ass shit in front of the camera, like eating centipedes and just doing a bunch of crazy stuff. But yeah, Joe Rogan, so he's actually gone on to do a lot of things from Fear Factor, specifically being a comedian. And of course, we're here at The Focus. We're talking about his podcast, where he recently had Joe DeCina as one of his podcastees, I guess, if you want to call him that. And Joe DeCina is a huge fitness guy. I'm not really too familiar with him. He's like the CEO of Spartan Fitness, or just an all-around really well-fit guy. And I'm all about that. I'm all about promoting self, fitness and health, and I take my vitamins, brush my teeth every day, and I'm really all about that. But I love video games, and I'm always going to find the balance, the moderation. I can go on 12-hour gaming sessions, but then maybe the next day I'm going to, spend time with my girlfriend, or, go out to eat or hang out with friends, or, whenever we can hang out with people. But so Joe Rogan, I'm getting besides the point here. So Joe Rogan was talking to Joe DeCina, and they actually started talking about video games. And it's really interesting how you interpret this conversation, because Joe DeCina basically, Joe DeCina and specifically Joe Rogan at first, they kind of just come off as saying playing video games is a waste of time, and that you can be doing something else with your time, essentially furthering your life instead of sitting down playing video games. And I think one of the quotas that Joe Rogan says is, you can be a martial arts instructor and train yourself to be a really great martial artist, and eventually open up your own shop and take on students so that you can be successful and make money. And, really that's kind of, if you want to boil it down, really it's just about being successful in life. And of course we know Joe Rogan and especially Joe DeCina are all about being successful in life. They've become very successful people, and the things they do. Hey Tony, hope you're having a great day, man. And so Joe Rogan kind of points out that you can be doing so much else with your life, but he other than playing video games. But then he does point out that Joe DeCina then points out that, they have kids too, and they say, oh, well, Dad, people like Ninja, who we'll get to in a second, and there's streamers that do make money off of this industry, and there's content creation, and there's a bunch of different venues where you can become successful, not only, playing video games, but just getting in the industry itself and making these video games. And I almost went down that route. I kind of wish I did. I'm not trying to live with regret. I got a great college experience, but there's always a part of me that thought, maybe I should have just gone out and made that next big God of War or Dragon Age or whatever. But anyway, that's besides the point. That's why I really am trying to just share my passion with gaming with y'all. Of course, I've just recently become a content creator, and I stream games, and I have a lot of fun. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So They basically just promote that if you're playing video games, you're wasting your life. And if you hear the same guy playing the same, you start playing video games at 13, 3 years later, you're still 16 years old, sitting on that same couch, playing that same game, and you're not really doing much with yourself. And but then Joe Rogan kind of goes into hypocrite mode, and he talks about his parents and how he says that, oh, well, Joe, you're never going to make it as a comedian. You may as well give that up, because that also is kind of an industry where it's 1 in a million who actually becomes a successful comedian or entertainer and makes a lot of money and can support themselves and doing something that they love that not everybody can do. And so I thought it was interesting that, Joe Rogan is open to things. He is a wise man. He has talked about a lot of things. He's talked with a lot of different people, and I think he does realize, and he's done it himself. He's proven everyone wrong. Where, yes, if you just sit out and do what you want, do what you love to do, and the rest will come. That's what I've heard a lot. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to buckle up and move on and try something else. But, for me, for my gaming channel, I'm very proud of this. It's something I've always wanted to do. And I guess, it's kind of weird to say that I'm just trying to be a little more productive with my gaming. But I will talk about gaming versus a career and gaming versus a hobby as a second here. There's plus and minuses to both, as you might expect there. But yeah, so basically, just to kind of sum up the conversation between Joe and Joe, is they kind of downplay video games, and they really try to talk about video games as a successful career path. And I think they kind of miss the point personally about what video games really are. I mean, developers and publishers like Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo are spending half of the world's money on making sure that people at home get a quality experience with the product that they're putting out. And why would they be doing that if no one's playing video games? Clearly, people are playing video games. It's become a much bigger market, especially now since the world is on fire and everybody's at home isolating. But everyone plays video games for a different reason. It's a hobby, sure. It's really funny what you can compartmentalize and what you can categorize as what is a productive thing to do with the time you have on this earth. And I've thought about that plenty of times. I've had friends who have quit gaming because they just don't feel like they're really doing something with their lives. They're letting go of friends. They're basically just spending time on video games and missing out on other things. And that's just the natural balance and ebb and flow of life. You're gonna be, everything is a sacrifice, essentially, for the time you have. There's nothing more important than time, more important than money, especially. So you really have to pick and choose what you want to do with your day. And, and a hobby is important to everyone. I think everyone has something that they love to do, regardless if it's successful, regardless if they can do something with it. People just latch on to something in their molecules, something in their DNA, something in their livelihood that just makes them want to do what they want to do, regardless of the outcome of whatever it is they're doing. And for me, it's gaming. And this has always been a hot topic. My grandparents have said it. My parents have said it. What are you going to do with gaming? there is no career in gaming, and I just don't like that we're living in a world where that's the end all be all. You have to do something with the thing that you're studying, with the time that you have on this earth, and wash, rinse, repeat. The cycle continues. But people have done it. People have made God of War. Cory Barlog. I mean, I'm looking at my industry heroes that have fought the whole crowd and says, you know what, I can do this. I can make it work. And they've worked at it little by little every fucking day until they finally created their dream baby. And God of War and Spider-Man, and especially, I'm just kind of naming off PlayStation exclusives, but people play these games. People take large amounts of time out of their life to witness a dream project by someone. And it's always, of course, way better when the game is actually good and it's fun and we get something out of it. Video games are another story being told now. I mean, there's more in it than just gameplay. They're full-fledged movies, and people were saying the same thing about, movies and even books back in the day. Books were like the devil when they were in knowledge, learning in general. So it's just funny that this vicious cycle. So Joe Rogan, and they go on to talk about how, hey, thank you so much, Russell Vera. You are super awesome, man. Thank you so much. I'm such a huge part of the gaming community, and I guess it's kind of funny for me because I want to do something more productive with gaming because I game so much of my life. It's something I'm never going to be able to really let go of. When I was busy in college, I kind of dropped the ball. I didn't game as much. I was busy working on homework, but everything is about balance. And it's a balance. Life is a balancing game because you only have so much time to do one thing. And like I was saying about my buddies quitting gaming because they were missing out on friendships, missing out on birthday parties, all the classics. But when you love something so much and you just can't let go of it, you just got to continue to do what you love. So basically, I know I keep kind of summing it up here, but they just talk about how gaming is not a form of success at the end of the day. And that's kind of where they leave it. Joe Rogan and Joe DeCina both have problems with their kids, and Joe becomes kind of the hypocrite and says, I did something that no one said. People told me that I wouldn't be able to do and become successful, but he did it, and he's on like half of everything now, and it's just kind of interesting. So I really had to kind of point this out, and people have been responding. People, Joe Rogan was trending. It's because he, said something that everyone disagrees with, and then of course we know this guy's lovely blue hair, smug look with the headband and the Red Bull, and So, he actually had a response video to what Joe Rogan said. I mean, the gaming community is very large, so this had huge traction on Twitter and Facebooks and the YouTubes and the social medias. And Ninja, he is a content creator himself. I'm pretty sure he started from scratch. He was just really good at Fortnite. Man, play some real damn games. I mean, honestly, everyone is just obsessed with Warzone and Fortnite and the occasional Overwatch every now and again, where I play real games. I'm just kidding. I don't mean to hate. I'm just, everyone's got their own, form of gaming here. But so Ninja, I look up to him. I really respect Ninja for everything he's done. And just started from scratch, and he's got endorsements from Red Bull and all that, and he's got a huge following, and he seems like an overall really cool guy, I guess. If I was able to actually chat with Ninja, I'm sure we'd have a beer and a great time. But what he didn't really take away, I think, what you should take away from this conversation is he just kind of spouted, oh, well, I saw what Joe Rogan said about gaming, and I love you guys, and there's so many different venues where you can be successful with gaming. He was kind of counteracting the success talk of the gaming conversation that Joe and Joe were having. And he was just saying, well, Joe, there's so many different venues for gamers to be successful. And, there's different platforms and different medias where you can make money and donations. And He just kind of said that gaming can be successful overall. Bottom line is what he was saying, and that it can be more than 1 in a million and stuff like that, and do your dreams and all that. And yeah, cool. I'm all for that. But yeah, it just I don't think. I really don't think that's the conversation here. I think we as humans have grown so much as a society. We've grown so much where we've learned to just balance your time. They kind of Joe and Joe almost kind of talked like gaming. I'm just gonna take that away. Ninja was freaking me out looking at me there. But yeah, the conversation that Joe and Joe were having about being successful, I don't think that's really the conversation here. I think, if you tell someone that they can't do something because they're not successful at it, that is an ignorant statement to make. Who maybe they're not doing that thing to be successful. Maybe they're just doing it because they love it. I mean, yeah, sure, maybe I've missed a couple birthday parties where I just really wanted a game, and gaming is an addiction. Gaming can be a drug like anything else, and I say drug in quotations because it is something that can overtake your life, but really anything can overtake your life. I mean, whether it be gaming, whether it actually be drugs, whether it actually be, working on your pet rock collection and you're going out and hiking all the time looking for new damn pet rocks. It's just another gaming is just another scapegoat for people arguing that it's not an essential hobby. It's not an essential way of life, really, but it is. It's one of the greatest forms of expression. I mean, your developers are creating a story. You can play the story. You are the characters, and people feel successful playing these games because they fall in love with these characters. They get a community, and yeah, everyone can be sheltered. Maybe they don't want to talk to people. Maybe they're perfectly happy. They have a job. They have a 9 to 5. Maybe they're a content creator. Maybe maybe they're carpenters. And after a long day's work, after 10 hours, they just want to come home and play a damn video game for hours on end and just kind of forget the world. I've always looked at video games as an escape. I've always looked as video games as a form of expression, as a way of getting out your rage. Maybe you play Devil May Cry where you just need to hack and slash and feel badass. Maybe you just need to play Harvest Moon and live a virtual farm life and find a virtual wife and have a virtual brown cow. There's so many different stories and ways you can experience, and these experiences aren't meant to make you feel successful. And you choose what you do with your time, and you let nobody else tell you. As long as you're healthy, as long as you're okay, as long as you're healthy, life is not about being successful. It's not about making money. It's not about pleasing everyone around you. It's about making you yourself happy. Because when people aren't happy, then you do turn to drugs. And I can see how, not just drugs specifically, but things that don't help you as a person. And I can see where, yeah, in gaming, when I'm sad and grumpy, sometimes I want to play games, and maybe I do play them for too long, but maybe it's also the thing to kind of push you out of that mood so you can go back out and have fun and see your friends. It actually talk to them and be curious about what they're doing with their lives. It's just another way of letting out your anger and frustration on the real world. The virtual world is a great way to escape hate and judgment and scrutiny and just all the bad words you can think of. And I just don't really think the conversation anymore should be, is gaming a successful avenue of income? I don't think that's the conversation anymore. I think we're well past that conversation. If you want to buy a $60 game, cool. That means you probably have a job that you can afford, a game that you saved up for, that you've really wanted to play, because maybe it's an IP like Digimon that you finally get an Agumon and Digivolve it to Greymon and actually be a tamer. Maybe you can be the God of War. You can be whoever you want to be, especially in character creation games. And stuff have you there. But I really think that the conversation is different now. And you should just do what you want to do with your time. That's really the bottom line for me. And a gamer's life for me. That's the name of the Doobisode. It's just something that's just keeps evolving. We got the PlayStation 5, the next Xbox. Nintendo is going to come out with another Switch at some point. And these are just going to keep evolving. And they were saying, this generation was going to be the last generation of gaming. And it's far from it. People love games, and yes, I can atone for saying that maybe I played games for too long. I can say that maybe I should have. Sorry guys, I got a huge helicopter outside my window. Maybe I can say that I should have put down the controller a little bit, but it's another way of growing. It's another way of balancing your life, and I'd say that I've become. I'm as successful as I am as you are happy. You are as happy as you are successful, and just do the things that make you happy, and just do it in moderation. Don't, make sure you give time for other things, because the balance is really what makes you at peace. I know it's kind of like an old Japanese proverb type thing, but really it's very true. And just play games after a long day. I just had a huge workout. I definitely promote the gym. I think me and Joe DeCina would actually have a pretty good conversation about fitness and health. But at the end of that workout time, then I just want to sit down, relax, and play a damn game for a couple hours. And I'm about to play a couple hours of Digimon World 3 because I've become hopelessly addicted after my live stream the other night. So just if you want to do gaming as a career, work at it every day, and do the follower things. Go to school for game development. There's plenty of different avenues. As Ninja was saying, there's a lot of avenues for gaming to be your career path. But choose one, try it out. If it doesn't work, then maybe gaming it should just be that hobby you play, and then you promote your woodworking site, or you're really good at creating websites or programming, or what have you there. Edge cam, I don't know, I'm just throwing out buzzwords there. But yeah, Doobs, I don't want to take too much of your time here. I just really want to share the move of the week. Just let you know I am moving. The streams might be coming a little slower, but we're gonna have the full studio. I'm going full blown with this thing. I'm as happy as I am successful, and I'm super happy that I finally started this channel to share the passion of gaming with you all. It really does mean a lot that you're watching, and thank you so much. And yep, that's my mom right there, and she supports what I do. I don't even care to say it. I'm not embarrassed. And it's really the people around you that will let you know if maybe you're doing something too much, and just have the community and the people around help guide you. But really, at the end of the day, you choose what you want to do with your time. And if you want to play Digimon World 3 for 9 hours after a long day of work, or working out, or being productive, you deserve that time to take care of your mental health, and make sure you take care of your physical health as well too. And I know it's kind of hard to do that right now, but just really take care of your mind, your body. And I think Joe Rogan would definitely agree with me on that. So yeah, Doobs, I think that's really all I have to say about this. This has been a conversation for too long, whether gaming is actually a successful career. But it doesn't have to be a successful career. It can just be your hobby. It can be something that you just love to do. And even if this channel doesn't take off for me, I don't care. I just love doing it. And if it doesn't, I'll just quit the channel, and I'll still be playing games till the cows come home, as the old saying goes. But yeah, Doobs, that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Do what you want to do. Go something that you want to do today. Just do it as soon as you can, because it's just going to make you that much more happier. But yeah, Doobs, if you like the content here, the content will be trickling in. I'm going to be moving, but I'm going to have the whole studio. We're going to come back Doob Super Saiyan 2 in a couple weeks, and I'll promise you I'm going to do that Metal Gear Solid live stream. I also did just want to promote what's going to be down the pipeline. I do still have Daymare 1998, the fan-based game made from the original Resident Evil 2 remake. We're going to be playing some more Dragon Ball FighterZ. Hopefully we get that character coming out soon, or at least the announcement anyway. And we got a bunch of other little games I want to play as well. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a great day. And as always, we'll be right back.